4.
The Lions played poorly and won. That's the sign of a good team. Their defense allowed 304 passing yards, but some of that is McVay, Stafford, Cooper Kupp. That's what the Rams do. But I did think many of the completions and throws were great plays by Stafford, not bad defense. It wasn't like the Jets last night where guys were wide open all over the field. Stafford made amazing throws, and the offensive line, right where it should be with PFF, is number 1 again. I think this is a power team, not a pretty team. They got a little cute and pretty against the Rams. I think they should be running the football 45 times a game.
Number 3.
Okay. So I don't think it's fair to say that the Lions didn't play good. I just don't think they played as great as we believe them to be. And I think that's a key difference. They didn't play poorly, right? Playing poorly is like dropping passes, blown coverage, right? And I don't think that was the case. Listen, I think since the Lions were playing for the most part now, a depleted Rams team, offensive line, Puka Nacua, they should have beaten them better, beaten them more convincingly. But that is Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. You know, Stafford is a top-level quarterback. Sean McVay is one of the best coaches out there. And Cooper Kupp my God, you see that catch that he made running to the sideline. I mean, like, he is a top wide receiver, make no mistake about it. So it makes sense that this would be a hard-fought game, right? As long as you have Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, no team is ever going to be able to roll over. But I would like to see the Lions play better. I think it was a tough Week 1 game, another emotional game. You know you're going to get the best effort from the Rams. This was not an easy game for the Lions. But the Lions could have lost this game, right? They absolutely could have. Obviously, it came down to overtime, right? And it was just, at that point, they were very fortunate to be able to get the coin toss. But they showed a tremendous amount of promise to me, and I think that they are a top team in the NFL, without a doubt. I've been saying that for months now and months, so I got them as a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So don't get it twisted just because I'm giving some criticisms, but they showed. Right, and the Colin, essentially kind of said this, like, you do have to be able to win these types of games where maybe you're not playing as great, because you just can't be top-level, elite, great game after game after game after game. You have to win some of these more physical, I don't want to say sloppy, just less than ideal situational games. And, right, being able to just run the ball in overtime like that, I mean, like, that was like, oh my God, seriously, I mean, like, who can stop them? Right. And I do think that that's a great game plan, to just be like, we are going to pound the ball. We are just going to play physical ball, in the trenches. Let's go. Make it real easy for Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff can sling it with the best of them. And now they obviously have some great wide receivers, and they can make some noise in that regard. But I think for them, it really is kind of the perfect example of when you establish the run, it just is going to open up the field tremendously for them. And you give an open field to Jared Goff, he is not going to miss very often. And you're just going to keep defenses just on their back foots the whole game, right? And you're just going to be able to just not, just never let off the gas. And I think that'll be how the Lions approach things. I think it's interesting because since the Lions are such this intense physical team, I think sometimes it's like, if they don't come out strong, like kind of like what they did in a lot of ways against the 49ers, where it was like they hit the ground running and was like, let's go. To me, it's probably easier for them to keep that up rather than some of these more tight physical games. And to see them in a closer, tight game that was really physical and hard, to see them do all the little things. To me, the play of the game was when Amon-Ra St. Brown fell and then tipped the fingertips. I've said this now in multiple videos. Like, that is championship level football. Those are the little things. That's what it takes. That is absolutely what it takes to win. Doing all those tiny little things. And I just think it was awesome to see. So I'm going to continue to be super high on the Lions. I think having them face the Buccaneers is going to be a really fun watch. There's definitely some bad blood there. The Bucs obviously being knocked out by the Lions, and I know the Buccaneers are really feeling themselves after a big commanding win against the Commanders. And so to me, this is going to be a really fun watch as well. And I think I also maybe potentially said this in a previous video with regards to the Lions, is that I think it was a little bit harder to gauge their defense, considering going up such a great combination between McVay and Stafford, but then having the issues of depleted wide receiver as well as depleted offensive line. And so to me, it was hard to get a strong sense of like, what does a defensive line look like for the Lions, and what does their pass rush look like? What does their any aspect really, quite frankly, of the defense? I think the offense is pretty legit for the Buccaneers. I as you guys all know, I'm not this like mega Baker Mayfield fan, but clearly that offense is humming along, and Baker is more than qualified. He's more than a just like an average Joe quarterback. Like, he is a good quarterback. So I think that to me will be a good frame of reference to figure out who is the defense for the Detroit Lions, and that I'll start to have a better sense of who the Lions are shaping up to be. Are they still lacking? Where are they lacking, if at all? But all in all, I think it was a great win, and just more excitement down the road for the Lions. And if you were a big Lions fan and you believe that the Lions have Super Bowl aspirations this season, in no way do I see this game as a way to dissuade that, make you no longer believe in them. There's other teams that people were really believing in, like maybe even like the Jets or whoever, where you could be like, I don't know now. And the Lions, I don't think get that treatment. I think you should still have all the support behind them, because I do think that they are indeed a top team in the NFL. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What did you guys all think about the Lions' Week 1 victory against the Rams? And what did you think about Colin putting them number 4 and dropping from the second best team down to the 4th best team? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.